Lebo was minding her business when a stranger got her a cute birthday cake and charmed his way into her heart over the months that followed.
Really? A Nigerian guy? Black? So I had 3 boyfriends by then.
When Ade finally won her heart, she now had to face the reality of being with a Nigerian man in South Africa. Even her best friend was against it, but Lebo decided that she was going to go all in.
When I was going to Nigeria, my grandmother was like, you don't come here with half body.
They always had to defend their marriage to both South African and Nigerian people.
If you think that my husband does some illegal whatever, guess what? I would give him citizenship because he's my husband. My name is Lebogang Mashatola. My husband's name is Ade Adeleke. My husband is originally from Nigeria, Lagos. We met in 2015. I was working as a consultant at Beach Acres Mall. I was sitting close to the door, and everyone who would pass by the window and door, they will see me first. So he was passing by all the time. He would be like, I'm like. Then until one day, he came to the shop and be like, how are you? I'm good, I'm good. Oh, okay, today's my birthday. Really? Okay, yes. And then a few minutes later, he just came with a small piece of cake and said, happy birthday. And we continued just talking by the window, hi, hi, until October. Then he had the gut to ask me out. So my first impression of him, I was like, really? A Nigerian guy, black, asking me out. At first, I've never been with a Nigerian man, and we always had this thing of saying, Wuti, Nigerians are like this and this and that. If they want you, they will do this, they will use you. Just bad, negative feedbacks and reviews of people. But then when he asked me out, I'm like, he's sweet. Let me just see what's going on. If he's really what people say Nigerian men are, or they're just painting the whole nation as red. So I'll just see it for myself. How did I know that I wanted to be with him? This one is very funny. So I had 3 boyfriends by then. They were very cool and all that. But then just being with him was very different from them. And maybe that's one of the reasons that I thought this is my man. Because I just saw him as a provider, a caring man who really loved people and very respectful. That's how I knew this one. He might be something to me. People differ a lot. And how people behaved is different. I've also came across those people. I thought you guys were the nicest people on earth, but Nigerians are very, very arrogant and rude. But then when I saw the side of him, I'm like, okay, he's not like them, but I'm just gonna take my chance and see. If he is like them, then that's a no-go area for me. So my biggest cultural shock of Nigerians, right? The food, the smell of the food, the whole house will be smelling. And I used to be like, it was so disgusting in a way that whenever I see him eating, my face will change. I'll frown like, okay, like all this soup just drooling like that. I'm like, this is so disgusting, man. It took me a while to get used to the food, to get used to the smell of the food, to an extent that I don't even cook them in my house. I would rather go and buy them and then come and eat them in the house. But no, they are good, they're good. His cultural shock was when I was explaining to him that a man must wear intepa. It's just the traditional underwear. And then he saw one guy from airport, he was wearing like that. And he was like, so this is how ladies wear, men wear. And I said, this is our culture. And he was like, no, Ace, I would never do that. When I visited Nigeria for the first time, my expectations was like, okay, we're treating these people bad in South Africa. I expected them to treat me the same way, honestly speaking. But when I got there, the love from airport, there are toilets you pay to in the airport. You pay to go to the bathroom. So with me, I think they had my accent, and I was with my daughter. So we just went in for free. They really, really love foreigners. I felt the love, the warmth. They are such nice people. I don't want to lie. I didn't expect them to treat me the way they treated me. I got to the house first before we went to our hotel. And the love, everyone came through just to see me and my daughter. I was like, okay, this is love. They didn't just come alone to see me. They came with their friends, telling this is our South African wife. And they had dresses, they had food. Like, the love was so much that they just give you money. Like, if it was up to them, if they had everything, they would just pass it through the world. They are so giving. When I told my family that I was going to Nigeria, my grandmother was like, Lebo, please just make sure that you don't come here with half body. Like, it was something that we see everywhere on the news, that people went to Nigeria, they never came back. They only went to fetch the body. So she was like, just make sure that if you feel like there's a threat or anything, just call. Just call and we will make a plan. I'm like, okay, ma, like, we call him. And my mom was open about it. I think my mom grew and she's very fond of my husband and his family as well, because they have a good relationship. So she was like, yeah, it's about time. Go and meet them. I mean, like, you've been with him for so long and he knows us. We don't know his people. So just go and make sure that he doesn't have a wife that side. So the first person I told about my partner, then my boyfriend, was a friend of mine. I was like, Chong, this guy, man, I think he's got money. I'm just gonna try him and see what is happening. But he's a Nigerian. That fact that I said he's a Nigerian was the problem. Hi, Chong, a Nigerian guy, what are you gonna do with him? What if they do this and this and this and that to you? I'm like, I will see when I get there. I'm going, Baba. So it's just that thing of being like, Haibo, Nigerian guy. That's actually the facial expression I get. Haibo. Like, everywhere. Even if I meet a normal person on the road. How? Where's your husband from? Nigeria. Nigeria. Are you not scared? My relationship with my in-laws is amazing, guys. I actually never thought it would be that great, because I'm the only South African woman amongst all the wives. So I thought, when I'm with them, they will be so awkward on me or talk their language or not even accommodate me. But somehow everything was just accommodative. They are so loving. We call each other every now and then. We have a group, a WhatsApp group. We just post each other's pictures every now and then on socials. And I think it's very nice. If I have any fight with my husband, I know I'm gonna call his brothers. I'm gonna call their wives and let them all know that this is what their brother is doing in South Africa. And Christian on top of that. So it's a Muslim family. Guys, the backlash from society. This is how I deal with it. I think I'm one person that builds a wall. So whatever you say to me will never get through me. I never took anything serious what society says. I believe that everyone has their own opinion and perception of how they see people and how they see everything. So this is my life and I'm gonna do it the way I see it, how best it is. What matters is that me and my husband, we love each other. So how I deal with my challenges or our challenges in our marriage, it's difficult because we come from different worlds. He's the kind of guy that doesn't talk much, and he believes that if we have problems in our marriage, it should just be between me and him. But me, being a South African woman, so much freedom, I need to call someone like, Mama, this is what's happening. And he's against that. And I think I've learned also to just maybe adapt to his situation and his belief, of which at first it was difficult because it was a way of me dealing with it and releasing it from me. So he just saw it as something that is lame because tomorrow we'll be fine and that person won't be fine. But then we adapt. We agreed that if we have any problem that is beyond our control or we can't solve them ourselves, we will consult his sister and husband. The husband is a pastor, Alpha. They are very easy on us and they are showing us in the this is how you should be doing things. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. We will take it from there. But then the sister is very helpful so that we don't take it to our family members unless it needs my mom. She's like, we are very bestie, Shem. Though she will know even after I consult the sister. What I love the most about my husband is that he is very passionate. He is loving. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, he will show you respect. He is empathetic, his family first and him. That's how it's always been about him. What's annoying about him, it's his messiness. It's very annoying and it doesn't bother him at all. I always ask his younger brother, I'm like, how did your brother grow? Was he cleaning after himself? Was he washing dishes? What was he doing in the house? He'd be like, no, he was doing everything. And then I'm like, yeah, I am. It's like, I'm your mother. I'm cleaning after him. I used to tell people that when I enter my house, the first thing that I find, it's his soccer shoe. I will just kick it. Where it lands, I don't care. There was a time I didn't even care at all. I would just pass it 2 days without even cleaning. And I would be looking at his shoes, wondering to myself, does he see this shoe? He would drink tea and leave the cup there. And I'll be looking at him. I would leave it too. Will he remember that he needs to take it back to the kitchen or what? So I've made peace with it, Shem. I do speak his language, which is Yoruba, a little bit, and Persian, that is Nigerian English. And him, on the other hand, we can't even gossip anymore. He knows our language. Shem, we are not safe anymore. He speaks a little bit of it wherever he gets. I think it's easy for him because I communicate with our daughter in Spain. So it's easy for him to just hear and understand, okay, this is what they say. He will just laugh every time I ask the child, I'm like, repeat. It's just so funny to him, like, what? Like, and then I have to translate, no, it means, do you understand me? My favorite Nigerian meal is egusi and eba. They've got lots of paps. I will call them pap, but then in Nigerian language, they call them swallow. Swallow, like swallow. So my favorite meal is eba and egusi, followed by jollof rice. So every time I go to Nigeria, the only meal I eat is just those two. Have you seen how they make jollof rice? A week doesn't pass by without me eating jollof. Then I'll deal with the heartburn later. Egusi, it's a soup, and then you just put the meats, all the meats that you want inside that. How I make eba, the reason I love it, it's very easy to make. You just boil your water there, you put gari, and then you take that water, you put it in there, then you just cook your pap like that. And then you close it for a few minutes, and then you eat. My husband's favorite South African meal has to be braai meat. I think when he got here, it was something that they are not used to in Nigeria. I think they do have it, but how they make it is very different though. So when he got here, he ate the real thing. When we were planning our wedding, so we had our traditional this side, and we had sort of like a white in Nigeria, welcoming me in a way. So I think we didn't have any cultural clashes at all. Like I said, they are very respectful family. They respected how we do things. And that's exactly what happened when we went to their side. We also respected how they do things. We explained before, and then I had to just get it through him, like, this is how it's gonna happen on the day. When you come with your people, you will be there by the gate, knocking and then saying, that's what you'll be saying. And then they might not come. If they don't come, just throw some money. I told him what he needed to expect from my family side. Traditional wise, when your people come, you don't come in my house. This is how it's going to happen. 4 or 3 people of your family will come. They will negotiate. Then we will come as amakoti. I explained the whole process. So he had to go and explain to his people so that they all understand it. So they understood before they came to me, to our family. 2 of his brothers flew, and then they came to do that lobolas, because I was like, Kaibo, how are you going to lobola me if your family don't know me that side? Because I was like, I don't want to be pregnant because I don't know your family. What if I get pregnant and then you leave? I will be like calling the whole of Nigeria looking for you, and you'll find lots of Adelekes, because even Davido is Adeleke. So I'm like, I'll be like, no, he's a family of Davido. Your families needs to come here. So he doesn't have parents. So his elder brothers came here. So when I went to Nigeria, I went with my mom. Yes, it was very expensive. So I had to just go with my mom. Yeah, just my mom alone and my daughter. So when I went to Nigeria, our process was more of like a white wedding, sort of. So there was no family. It was just get to know each other. And then we went, we had booked a place. Then we celebrated there, then we went home. But with the signing and everything, will be done here. Yes, I'm giving him citizenship. In Nigeria, they don't recognize the culture, the traditional wedding like we do. They don't. With us, Aishem, he can come and claim for my pension fund, and I'll give him. My husband doesn't really talk Yoruba in the house. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we don't know his language that much. But in terms of the culture, my daughter is very Gelshem. You know what they say, a child is a woman's child. That's it. So what I would like to clarify for society or people who have their own opinion about my marriage is that, first of all, I don't care. And then number two, whether my husband married me for papers, because I don't understand why he would, because he's got visas of his own. I would give him citizenship because he's my husband. Yes. And secondly, I take bullets everywhere I go for my husband. Nigerian woman, oh, the reason why you're driving a Mercedes-Benz is because your husband is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, it's okay, guys. If you think that my husband does some illegal whatever, guess what? You can also do it. That's all I can say. That if you have anything that you want to say to me or any woman that is dating a Nigerian man, please keep it to yourself, because Jolofinas don't care at all. An advice that I can give it to someone who's dating a Nigerian man and is scared to show him off or to speak to any of their family members is that take time, get to know him, because people are different indeed. If you see that he is genuine and that you see a future with him, introduce him to your family. I mean, they will have a lot of things to say. They will criticize your relationship, him and you, but then love stands at the end of the day. If they see that you guys love each other and you mean well, I think they will accept him.